Vukuzenzele, 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 vukuzenzele.
Hi everyone! In this tutorial we are going to give you some tips on how to use your phone to make videos. Most phones these days have good quality cameras, which allows us to easily make documentaries or a tutorial video like this one. Phones are easily accessible and way less expensive than a camera. They are always on hand and they even allow you to edit your video using an app. Before you start filming, there are a few items you need to check on your phone. Number 1. Make sure your camera lens is clean. Number 2. Keep your phone in airplane mode to avoid getting calls or messages while you're shooting. Number 3. Make sure your phone is fully charged so that you can film for as long as you need. Number 4. Make sure you have enough storage space to film. Ideally, try to have half your device's capacity clear. Maybe you will need to delete some apps or files before you start. Number 5. Depending on your storage space, decide in which format you will shoot. For example, SD, standard definition, HD, high definition, or 4K. The difference between these formats is that the higher the resolution you film in, the higher the quality of your video, but the more space it takes. So make sure you have enough space for the definition you want to film in. If you want to change the camera definition, look at the settings of your camera. After you have been through these steps, you need to think of your filming setup. The first thing to consider is where you will shoot your video. Consider the light in the space. Is it too dark? Is it too bright? If possible, use natural lit locations to film, such as outside or near large windows. Ideally, you want the light to be facing your subject. Avoid having your subject standing against a window with the light shining in, unless you're seeking the silhouette look. When choosing the location, you also need to consider the sound. Choose a quiet place to film to avoid background noise. If you can, do a sound test before the shooting day. You can improve greatly the sound of your movie by using a microphone, especially for interviews. It is very difficult to edit sound during post-production, so try to get the best sound possible when shooting. After you have decided on your location, consider how to make the camera stable while filming. A tripod is the best option, but if you don't have one, there are a few techniques you can adopt to minimize shaking. For example, hold your camera with both hands and always stand with your feet apart. Keep your elbows as close to your body as possible, preferably rested on your waist. This provides the necessary support your arms need. You can also use a pile of books to act as a tripod. Always film with your phone on horizontal. Landscape is the best way to film. Most platforms or devices like YouTube or a projector have a landscape format. If you upload a portrait video on YouTube, for example, you will have black bars on the sides, which you want to avoid. Once you have decided on how to stabilize the phone, you can think about how you would like to frame your subject. For example, for interviews, a head and shoulders shot is best. Try to always leave headroom. If you are filming a group of people, make sure there are no major poles or pillars in the shot. If your subject is moving, make sure there is enough space so they are not moving in and out of your frame. Also, make sure your camera is focused on your subject. If your phone is on auto, it will always be looking for a focus point and can start to look strange if your subject is moving around. Alternatively, you can choose the point that you want your camera to stay focused on and work with that. So, for example, when you shoot an interview, you would choose the person's eyes to focus on. Now, let's say you want to zoom in to the subject. Never use the digital zoom on your phone. It decreases the quality of the video, causes horrible pixelation, and becomes unusable. If you are holding the phone and you want to capture something close up, walk gradually and slowly while remembering to keep the phone as steady as possible. If you are using a tripod, you could always strap it to anything with wheels and move that closer to your subject. Are you ready to make movies? Start practicing and have fun! Thanks for watching.
Vukuzenzele